Struggling in the trading wilderness, navigating through the challenges, and searching for that elusive path to consistent success? Welcome, traders, to a haven of transformation, where I don't just talk about the market, we revolutionize your approach. If you've ever felt the sting of losses, the frustration of missed opportunities, and the uncertainty of market unpredictability, you're not alone. But guess what? Today marks a turning point, a shift from struggle to triumph, and you're about to witness a game-changing weekly swing watch list that promises to rewrite your trading history. This isn't just another watch list. It's strategic. It's a roadmap designed to address and inject clarity into confusion and spark a journey of consistent success. I understand the hurdles you face because I face them too, and I'm here to help guide you through the complexities of this market landscape. If you're tired of the market dictating your journey and ready to seize control, hit that subscribe button and join a community that thrives on overcoming challenges. This is a watch list that I put out for you guys for free every week. It's a weekly swing watch list. I do daily watch lists as well for free. This one is for the week of December 18th. Now, we're going to get started on this, and I'm going to go through a few plays. Last week, I actually didn't give one out, but I did post some stuff to Twitter. So most of the time when I send out weekly swings, we're at a 70% plus win rate on these plays, which is very, very high. And I don't like to talk about win rates, but people always ask me about that. So the setups that I've given over the past, call it 2 months or so, are running at 70%. So the first one, we're going to jump right into this. The first one we're going to look at is Amazon. So Amazon had this 2 down that finished green. And anytime we have these 2 downs that finish green, that's telling me the sellers had it controlled. And a 2 down is basically a 2 candle is a directional candle. So it only breaks the low or the high of the previous candle. This one, you can see we only broke the low of this candle right here. This candle only broke the high of this candle. So this would be a 2 up. And this is the candle we're going to talk about because we had the 2 down. It finished green. That tells me the buyers brought this thing back. So we were looking for it to have a continuation to the upside. And that's exactly what we got. And I talked about it on Twitter. I said, and listen, guys, this stuff is very organic. These candlesticks are telling a specific story. And you guys, as long as you're listening to that story and understanding that story, this stuff is going to be very, very clear. So we had a 2 down at finish green. I said, if we break the trigger, we are very likely to hit this target at least, and you should be taking profit, but it could go higher. That's exactly what happened. We opened, we triggered, we hit targets, and we profited, okay? That's exactly what we were looking for on Amazon. So this one worked out exactly the way we thought it would. We look at DraftKings. I'm going to actually move DraftKings down because it was not on that list. We'll go to QQQ. So QQQ, another one I gave out on Twitter. We talked about it. 2 down, finished green. I said the buyers are bringing this thing back. And what happened? We triggered and we went for a really, really nice run. Okay, a big run. Like a Forrest Gump went running kind of win on the weekly on QQQ. So again, these are the kind of setups I'm giving out to you guys that I've curated, that I'm putting out to you guys for free. This is the results that are being yielded from these. And now let's talk about this, because I did also talk about Roku and the inside bar. They don't always work, guys. They don't. And that's just the thing of it. What we're showing here, and what anybody is realistically showing you guys on any trade, any strategy, is probability. That's all it is. The stock market is a game of probability. It's a business of probability. What we show very organically and very simply are high probability setups, okay? And we're not looking for, certain shapes that the candles make, like a cup and handle, or, a double top, which would be an M, or a double bottom, which would be a W. We're not looking for those things. We're just looking, and we make it very simple. So that I have an indicator. It gives you time frame continuity. It gives you the candlestick numbers. It paints the inside bars and outside bars for you, yellow and white. It's very, very simple. This stuff is, excuse me, very, very simple to learn. Might take a while, but this is the simplest strategy that you will come across. So we talked about this inside bar, and we said if it breaks to the high, and it did what it said it was going to do. it said, if I trigger, you can look for me to hit profit here. We hit this profit target here. We did. It hit profit target, and that's why we say make sure you're taking profit at the target. Now, this wasn't a great run to make money off of because we triggered at 106.73 and our first target was 108.66. Now, was there some potential and opportunity to make money? Yeah, there was, but it wasn't as great as some others. So what happened is we hit that target and we reversed, okay? Did it do what it said it was going to do? It definitely did. Would we have liked to see a little bit more and not go outside bar? For sure. But this is a really good learning tool that when you don't have good magnitude or good room to move for a target, you have to be very, very conscious and ready, because sometimes all we get is this target, this first profit target, and then it reverses, which you exactly see right here. So a learning moment for you guys right there. We look at Pfizer. We talked about Pfizer with the 3-1 setup, a rare pattern. It doesn't happen very often, outside bar, inside bar. And look at the big run. And I took this play. I didn't take it off the weekly. I took it off of a daily setup. But I did really, really well because it gapped down on one of the days. And it got me a 360% winner last week. Okay? I posted on Twitter. I posted on the Discord. The Discord's also free. That link is in the description below. Make sure you guys are in there checking that stuff out. And then the last one we're going to look at is Datadog, D-Dog. Another one that we talked about, the inside bar. If we triggered, we would hit targets. And that's exactly what happened. We triggered, we hit targets. We moved into full time frame continuity. 2-1-2 continuation to the upside. That's how these setups work. Now, out of these 5, all 5 worked. Roku was the worst out of them all, but they all worked. Okay, so let's get on to the actual list now for the week of December 18th, and hopefully we have just as much success for you guys as we have in the past 2 months. So we look at BIDU. I'd like to see this time frame continuity honestly pushing up off of this play, but we do have a 2-down finish green. It's telling me the buyers brought this back. And again, pay attention to this. This target, and it doesn't mean it won't go higher. This target is very, very small. Okay, not a lot of room for profit there. Very, very little. 6 cents to be, in fact. Does it mean it won't trend higher? No, but just be very cautious that if it does trend up, you may have a pullback on it, okay? Wouldn't be in the top 5. The top 5 I give to the Griswold Gold memberships. I do have a paid membership, guys. The Discord, the majority of it is free, but there is a portion in there that gives you a 1-hour course teaching you guys this stuff. Live trading bots, so you don't have to go looking for these setups. You get the top 5s from the weekly swings, the monthly swings, the daily setups. You get the top 5s from those. You get one-on-ones with me. You get this indicator that I've created for you guys. A lot of stuff for $50. You'll make it back in one trade. You can check that out on Twitter or the Discord, or the links are in the description below to join in on that. Okay, we look at Google. This setup I really, really love. 3-1 setup, outside bar, inside bar. We have this gold pattern. That's part of my indicator. Let's go back and look at the last time we had a 3-1 setup. This is what we were looking at. Boom, boom. 2 straight days of a really, really nice run off of Google. Look at this 3-1 setup. Boom, boom, boom. Imagine if you would have taken this play, guys, back in May of 23. Imagine if you would have taken this play from 108.79, even if you would have only taken it in the first week, to 117. This, a lot of people don't do this kind of trade in a month total on multiple trades. This would have set you up really, really well in May and going into June. So that's the 3-1 setup. That's what we're going to look for. The break of this inside bar, they're marked by the pink lines. The daily also has a setup on it. It's also an inside bar. So we have actually a 3-1 setup. So this is what we call a domino effect. We're looking for a 3-1 break off of the daily. And then hopefully this smaller time frame setup triggers this weekly setup, okay? We trigger on the day, we trigger on the week. You can look for those things. Just little things that you can look for throughout trading, the little nuances. We look at IBM, had a 2-up finish red. We are trending up. This has been a big, big trend up. At some point, it's going to have to reverse. This could be the signal we're looking for to have us trend back down. We're going to look for puts here at 160.15. And then our targets just get marked out here, here, and here as we move down. The lows of the preceding wicks. Starbucks, another one I really, really like. Okay, we've got time frame continuity for the most part in our favor. Okay, we've got a 2-up finished red, shooter candle. There's 3 actionable signals in the strat. Shooter candle, where we have this body, and a wick that's at least 2 times the height of this body. Okay, it has to be 2 times the width of this body. That's an actionable signal. We also have a hammer candle, which is the opposite, or the inside bars. 3 actionable signals. Now, again, you notice we have those 2 pink lines, or the 2 yellow lines. That's for a previous daily setup, so we're not going to go to that. I'm actually going to delete those. My bad, guys. We're going to delete those, and we're going to look for this swing play to the downside on Starbucks. And part of the reason I like it is because I really love reversals into time frame continuity. So we have this 2-up finished red shooter candle. Majority of the time frame is red. 2-up finished red shooter candle. We're going to look for it to trend back down with time frame continuity. Now, if we go to the quarterly, I just want to see this. We are not going red on that quarterly anytime soon because we have this big outside bar there. But the rest of it is red. Okay, so we're going to look for Starbucks to trend back down based off of that information. Neo, big inside bar on Neo, and I'll tell you what, this may jump on Monday. I believe the guy's name is Bin Lee, the owner of Neo, the founder of Neo, went on 100. They have a new battery for their vehicles. This is an EV company. They went on a live feed, seeing the actual distance that this battery would take them, because it was, I think it's believed to be about 1,000 miles. It's one of the longest range batteries that have been made. So I believe they're still doing it, or they might just be finishing it up today. But they are doing that to see how long that battery actually lasts. So an interesting thing, that might give us a little pop going into Monday. Palantir, inside bar as well. So again, we just look for those calls at 1915, puts at 1722. And SPY. So SPY doesn't really have a setup, but I want to talk about something because I talked about this on the daily, and I said we were coming to the top of a broadening formation. We could see a downtrend, okay? That's exactly what happened on the Friday. We trended down. Was it a big day? No, but we definitely trended down. Now, we look at the weekly. I'm going to tell you guys the same thing. We're at the top of that broadening formation, or some people would call it resistance. But you can see every time we've tagged the top, we have a turn back. We've tagged the top, and we have a turn back, a turn down, okay? A reversal to the downside. So I'm not saying that's going to happen here. We might push right through that. But the way the day played out, and now we're looking at the week, we have the same thing potentially happening. We could see a downturn on the week going into Christmas. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm just telling you what I see. But you have just as much probability for this to trend right up through the top of that broadening formation. And then we're going to talk about DraftKings here. There's that shooter candle we talked about. 2-up finished red. We're going to see if DraftKings can trend down. We look for puts there at $34.99. Walmart 2 down green. So the buyers are bringing it back. We'll look for calls there at $154.05. We look at the daily chart. Same thing. 2 down, finished green. The day triggers the week. Sometimes the hourly triggers the day, triggers the week. The 15 triggers the 30, so on and so forth. We look for that domino effect. XOM 2 down green. We look for calls at 102.14. XOP 2 down green. We look for calls at 137.62. Guys, that's a list. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Give me a thumbs up. It's in that bottom left corner. Thank you very much. You can follow me on Twitter. If you guys have questions here or Twitter or the Discord or Instagram or anywhere, feel free to ask. I will get back to you guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good luck trading next week, the last week before the Christmas break. Good luck trading, guys. We'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.